go to the drugstore, get a sign, write on it something about Jesus, and go to the White House. And of course, as usual, I didn't want to do it and fumed and fussed, but I gave in. The sin of my life, the sin of my whole family was I was a great people pleaser. So I spent 5 years as a political fundraiser. The Lord blessed it. Was on a couple of winning campaigns. I was a member of First Baptist in Atlanta, and the Lord just sort of spoke to me as these things happen. The first thing was He was trying to get me to go out of my home there in Tucker, Georgia, and begin to witness for Him. And the first step was to walk up and down La Vista Road where I lived and talk to people early in the morning. And my fight with Him was, I understand the church and that you work in the church, but this I don't understand. I really didn't understand it. I didn't think God was outside the church, to show you my faulty theology, if you will. But what would happen, I'd be in it was actually my grandmother's house. She passed away in 1994, and I moved in and stayed there several years, and I'd be in her den, and I didn't want to go. It was almost just one of those childish things. I don't want to go. I'm going to lay down on the floor and throw a tantrum. I don't want to go. I'm not going. But what I couldn't do was to get rid of it. I couldn't go to bed because I couldn't sleep. But the power of God coming on to shove me out that door like a cannon. That's happened every time almost. It had to happen because I was not going. Things that used to taste good didn't taste good anymore. Things I used to like to watch and read, I couldn't do it. I would go down there. It would take me 30 minutes to work up the courage to say a word. I was just so inwardly petrified. I'd have the Bible at the corner of the East Village Grill, and I just couldn't open my mouth. It was crazy. And so I would start doing it, and then something would happen. I would stop 30 seconds later, and it'd take me another half hour. Man, it was a madness. As I began to go back down to the Capitol and other places and stand before people with the Bible, guys I knew in politics, and they didn't really agree with what I was doing. As I say, it's one thing to be a conservative Christian, it's another thing to be a Jesus freak. The next stop was Buckhead, where the bars are at. I'm an old drunk. I knew what they were doing. I knew the culture. And really all the Lord was asking me to do was to go down there with a Bible and proclaim the Word. And that's all I've been doing for now almost 20 years. So I've been to 15 Super Bowls and Olympics and World Cup soccer, Final Fours, baseball All-Star games, baseball, NBA All-Star games, and just a sort of list goes on. How many people are involved in the last 7 Super Bowls? We've had about 100 people on average attend, which is a pretty good number of people from across the country to come spend 4 days. The numbers are increasing in their participation. There's 33 that'll be in Louisville this weekend for the Derby. We had there was 9 or 10 of us in Indianapolis for the Final Four. The Lord's raising up a lot of men, and if we had to gather everybody that could stand there and open air preach with a Bible, there's probably 500 people across the country. That's one real thing that we are up against, is the predictable image of the street preacher. You're just a street preacher with a sign and a bullhorn and yelling at everybody, and we're out there. No, that's not really what's going on. A lot of what I focus on now is the Gospels, of course. What I want people to hear is the name of Jesus. So if you take that message versus complaining about the state of affairs in the country, or, I hate football and you should too, that's, people need to know who Jesus is. And they need to know because when it gets down to it, they need to know who He is so they can call on His name and be saved. I didn't pray a prayer, "Oh Lord, make me a great evangelist," or I didn't even know what it was. I never wanted to be in the ministry. I don't want to be in it. I'm not in it. I don't know how to think about it. I'm a fish out of water. But the Lord sent me to preach the gospel, and that's what I'm doing. He just said, "Come on, let's go."
How great the love of Jesus Christ. Upon the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No